What up, though? OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny at Retired from the Streets TV. And welcome back. You feel me? And look, I know y'all be thinking, man, this dude keep a bunch of junk in his truck. But listen, it's the work truck. So it's my truck, my everyday boy, but it's the work truck still, man. So, anywho, I hope y'all having a nice, warm Thursday morning. I've been warm, but I've been staying in the house, you feel me? The thing is, I got so many projects that I'm working on while simultaneously trying to still give y'all these raw, true, and authentic prison and street stories from an OG perspective, right? Now, let's get on with the story. Man, Macomb Prison, like I've been telling y'all, right? This is late 99, early 2000. Some of these stories, I ain't gonna lie, they might be out of order because a lot of them, like, you gotta think, this 20-something years ago. So I remember the stories vividly, just like the exact date they was, come on. So I'm on the yard, right? And it's like, I wanna say it was Super Bowl, around Super Bowl time or something like that, right? Cold out, probably January, early 2000, football time, and everybody in the unit is watching the TV for the sports event, right? It had to been Super Bowl. So excuse me. So they doing that Super Bowl thing, right? And you already know. Well, you don't. Maybe you don't know, but just like in the streets, prison the same way. Around the holidays, everybody want to catch a buzz and get blowed a little bit, right? Everybody. Police come in sometime. You hear what I'm saying? And look out for people. I ain't gonna say who. I ain't gonna say when or what. But police used to come in sometime and be like, you guys got coffee mugs, right? And they have a water bottle and a pop, 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 pop. And you were, my man, be to hit you off with some 80 proof. I done had it happen. Me and a few dudes, and this was a dude on midnight shift, mind you, right? So we just out late, I think I was a shower porter at the time, my man doing like the microwave area and some other stuff. So this is our time of night to get out, clean, and whatnot before the unit opened back up for the last little hour or two before they shut it down, right? He hit us off, called us down. Bailey, move, cross. Hit my other man up. We came down. He's like, you guys got coffee? I'm thinking he about to, because what they sometimes do is give you the rest of the coffee out they coffee thing. You know what I mean? It's free coffee, so coffee $4 a bag some places. So you figure, hey, free coffee, if you drink it, let me get this free coffee, and theirs probably better than ours, right? So we think we about to get us some coffee, right? We go down to the mugs. He boom, drop some Kool-Aid in there or something, and walk back in his little office thing. We look. I smelt it when it was coming. I said, dog, we lit. You hear me? So what we do is we stayed up late, sipping on that, and in the little mop closet, catching us a fade to about 2 in the morning, or around 2 in the morning to about 2:40 or something. Then guess what time? It's time for BET Uncut. Anyway, back to the story. Y'all remember BET Uncut? That's a whole episode within itself. I'm gonna tell you about that BET Uncut. But anyway, probably in the next story or two, I'm gonna tell you about BET Uncut, bro. But anyway, right? This was the thing. Around the holidays, everybody want to catch that fade. I'm on the yard, ain't nobody hardly out there. It's a little spooky because I'm like, damn, if ain't nobody out here, dudes looking out their window being nosy because the game on. But I want to catch me one, right? So I called a couple of people that I mess with to come out and rotate. We're like, come on, let's go, because it ain't no fun if you call me can't have none, right? So we go out, we all start doing our little rotation thing. One of the elder Moorish Americans, I forget the Mobite name, man. Good dude, solid old head, man. He come out, he like, I smell it. Now, the thing to do back then was get your Black and Mild, right? You can get a cigarette, but Black and Mild's a lot louder, produce a lot more smoke. So you get your Black and Mild, right? So say this right here is your Black and Mild. This your joint. You're gonna put the joint right at this, so it's stand above the tip of the Black and Mild. So now you can hit that, right? Hit the black and blow the black smoke. So it kind of camouflages the THC, the cannabinoid smoke, right? So anyway, you do that. That was the thing. So we doing that. We camouflaged them, but somebody they know. Bro come out and was like, oh, I catching that whiff, right? So I had a bunch of pre-rolls. I probably had about 20 pre-rolls, because the thing was, pre-roll them, have them already ready so you ain't got to be fumbling around the last minute looking for them, and then stash them all together, right? Instead of stashing the whole sack of weed. So what we ended up doing was we called him over. I gave him his own joint. There you go, bro. Right? My other man's out there on the pull-up bar. Get him one. Catch dude on the basketball court just kind of walking back and forth around the court because it's small, right? And you just walk around, kind of get your mind right, whatever. Get him one. Eastside. Get Eastside one. Eastside turned out to be a lame. You hear me? Man, this dude rotated. I ain't even about to give him his real name. I remember it, but I remember it because of the fact that when I went to the hole, you know, cause like I say, these stories sound good, but it's consequences to all of them. I've even when I didn't get caught for something, the karma of what I did ended up coming to bite me back in the butt. So, but when me and bro was tapped in, that was some bogus nut. And I'm telling you, this is a holiday time. I could have been selfish. Pass him a joint. We all out there just kind of rotating and, you know, in our own little zone, blowing our thing, right? Catch a nice buzz, come in the unit, right? A man cooking up, everything smooth. Everything lovely that day, right? Then somebody end up throwing up off some spud juice. They come in, they got a dude come clean it up. The dude that come clean it up like a unit rat. He up always in the police face. He the first dude at the guard desk when they clear count. But he got the bloodborne pathogen cleaned up in the unit. I had it too, but by that time that we're talking about, I had became a GED tutor. I was tutoring dudes for GED. So you know, that wasn't my lane. And and it wasn't my job. So he get paid to do that, boom. He go right to the police. Smells like alcohol. Think they be cooking, whoever it was cooking spud, smells like alcohol. Something like that. That's, you know, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact phrase, but he said something to that effect. So you ain't even dry snitching, my baby. You snitching flat out. Now, mind you, bro who threw up, right? Young white dude, he threw up. They know he didn't throw up. He had to come, you know, he like, you know, they had to come and walk him up to the damn guard thing because he was like bawling. His man like, damn, I wonder if he got alcohol poisoning. I read to him straight that he down on his bunk at night, you know, throwing up in his mouth for some weird stuff. So let me go on ahead and help him out. And, you know, just so happened he was cool at first, right? Until my man started telling them that, and they wasn't even thinking about it. They sent him up to the front, to the front, to the, what you call it, the control center and whatnot, so he can get his medical and whatnot. So they sent him up there to get his medical situation, you know, after he throw up together. And so they sent bro up after he throw up to get his to the control center to kind of get some medical help. But dude come after that fact and telling them like, yeah, I think it was alcohol because you can smell it, right? It messed me up because people say, I'm your mans. I ain't my mans. But they know I was neutral with everybody. You see, my thing was, I didn't rotate with rats. I didn't kick it with rats, right? But when rats came around, I kept it neutral with them as far as the energy. Because when you start alarming rats to the fact that you don't like them, they start watching you to see what they can tell about you. You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't mess with them, but I kept them at arm's length. What's up, though? Sometime if they was getting a little money and they needed to borrow some stuff to store, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of rats end up running stores and doing all the stuff too. They let them get away with it. They have contraband and stuff they ain't supposed to have, right? You know how rats get fed. They give them what they think they're supposed to have, trick them, you know. You get a little piece of gum here and there. You might get a free world cigarette on them, a brand they don't have there, you know, weird stuff. But man, this dude told on this dude, and the whole unit got paranoid because when they came back, they got on the thing on the mic, on the unit mic, and said, "Oh, you guys in here drinking good, huh? Yeah, where's it at? Pour me a cup, right?" They said, "We coming around, cell to cell." You know what I mean? They start coming around for real, like 5 officers that came in the unit. Mind you, this level 1, ain't nothing going on really. All the officers in the control center, they bored. It's the holidays. Everybody on their bed watching the damn game or whatever, right? So yeah, they came to the unit, man. I had to take my tree, right? I had to go in the damn bathroom, get on. We had a little method. We used to go on. We had a vent that we had loosened up. So my man was coming in servicing it. He left it a little loose. I don't know if he did it on purpose or just was high. And this is a dude that worked for the MDOC. He left it a little too loose. We was able to get in and out that vent until they figured it out, and then they went up and then put a little solder and shit around it. But At that time, you can get in that bin and stash your stuff if you knew about it. And there was only a few of us that knew about it. You understand what I'm saying? About maybe 5 people, and it was all crew. So I had to go in there, damn near bust my balls, about to fall on the partition that divides the 2 toilets, and it's only yay high. So I'm on my tippy toes, right, balancing myself on the very end that has the bracket. And man, I'm like this, wobbling, holding onto the ceiling, trying to get a little loose. My man watching out for me. We go through all that. They ain't even come to my cell. By the time, because my cell was like, you know, you start at this side of the hall, 1, 2, 3, 4. By the time you get around and back to my cell, you done went through, I don't know how many cells by then, about 30, 40 cells. So by the time they get to that point, and a lot of us on that side of the hall was smooth anyway. Laid back, getting our money, getting out the way. It just go to show you though, man. And and it's so crazy because no matter what you do in life, and especially in the prison, it's always somebody watching. It's always somebody on the lookout. That's why I say level 1 so full of it, because they so full of pussies and whatnot. Because when I was in level 2, or when you doing jail in level 2, you're gonna have rats, right? But a lot of them ain't worried about little ass stuff like that. Who threw up this and who threw up that, right? They're not telling on you about every little thing. That right there pissed me off more than me having to stash my stuff. It was about why my man put that business out there. He ended up getting his whole head split months down the line. You understand what I'm saying? Because he ended up getting caught with some contraband. And you know how it is. You can rat only for so long. When your time comes, they're going to get rid of you too and dispose of you too. So this was a full circle moment when he ended up getting his issue. And I'll throw that in there right quick because he ain't really worth doing a whole episode on. He had a bunch of spices and sugars and all these things to make sexy cook-ups, right? He had got a hold of some type of peppers or whatever, right? And was crushing them and drying them up and crushing them. He had a nice little satchel of them. What he not thinking about is that they look at that as dangerous contraband because you can easily take them peppers, right? And take them and put them in some hot water and let them get infused into the water, right? Where you got all this peppery spray now that you done made. You can put them in spray bottles or in a cup, period, and throw it in somebody's face. Doggy went to the hole for dangerous contraband. No, I would not lie. Listen, no lie, no cat. With all they saying, it was the first time I ever seen something like that. He went to the hole for really some spices. But I guess he was mouthing off of one of the police. It was like a couple days before because he felt like he's one of them. He felt like he was the police now. He was on the same level. He was mouthing off. He ended up a couple days later, they shake him down, right? Take all this extra t-shirts and all that stuff. They go. And what made it even worse was that he had this stuff in some socks tied up so it looked bold. Now, if you'd have had it stupid, if you'd have had it like in a seasoning salt container, empty all the seasoning salt out or something else, then they probably wouldn't even bother him. But it was a good thing because we ended up getting my man as the unit porter then, you know what I mean, the main unit porter. And he wasn't like my man, but he was a cool dude. He was solid, he was laid back. All he used to do was drink coffee and play chess. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't care about nothing. If he could look out, he would look out, man. I always say, when you're in a situation when you're back against the wall, and in prison, I don't care how good you're doing, you're back against the wall, right? Watch your circle, of course, right? But then watch how people who own garbage end up getting theirs in the end. Because I was just looking out for people, right? You know what I mean? At that time. That dude, Eastside, ended up coming and backbiting and ended up getting his in the end. The dude I'm talking about who told on the unit rat, who told about the Spud stuff, he had told about a bunch of other stuff too. Because dudes who had been there before me, once he got his issue, they was telling us like, hey man, I'm glad he gone because this, that. Now you tell us. But the karma come back to bite people where you only got to put your hand on them. You ain't even got to do nothing. You don't got to show, you ain't got to have a show of force. A lot of time you let them be to their own devices and they going to get theirs in the end, man. If y'all haven't done so far, please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. If you like the videos at all, hit the like button. Go on ahead and get in the comment section. Tell me I'm ugly. Tell me your mama want to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me you got the bridge cross for the low. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, man, y'all be safe, man. OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny, advertise for the streets TV. Keep them nervous, man. This is God's plan and keep the change. I'm out. Y'all be safe. One.